Guns in real life are expensive. It's why games exist. It's just cheaper. It's why games like Arma, Escape from Tarkov, and World of Tanks are so popular, because for the price of just 1 or 2 magazines, you can play with all the guns safely. I didn't even reload my gun. I'm an idiot. But you may have noticed those games are of the 3D graphical kind, and thus expected to be very manly given the country that made them. But what about the literally looked down upon genre of the top-down shooter variety that people assume is for casuals? Damn, son. Well, today I want to praise this shirtless Lithuanian Roman Glebenkov, who single-handedly created the Intravenous series because he wanted an in-depth top-down shooter that no one else dared to create.
Well, do you know any other assassins?
No.
Well, what do you want me to do? Go to John Wick Assassin Hotel with help wanted sign? I mean, what?
You got good guys right here, man.
Oh my God, my guys suck balls. You know it. Especially this motherfucker right here.
If I suck balls, you are king of suck balls mountain.
Shut the fuck up.
Ah!
You know how some games will have a story, and if you're like me, you will just stare at it and go, why the f am I reading a Hitman fan fiction when all I'm here for is the gameplay? But if you are someone that enjoys a 100,000 word story using only swear words, Intravenous is perfect for you.
Shit, you fucking bastard. I'll kill you.
Shut the fuck up.
I only paid enough attention to know why I'm slaughtering so many men, because without a reason, saying I couldn't tell they were civilians doesn't really hold up in court.
You kill a fucking cop. Huh? Did you? Because they think I'm involved.
I'll just say this, you play as 2 guys, Steve, the dude from the first game who kills because his brother was murdered by junkies, aka the Chicago treatment.
Man, I don't know what to think no more, man.
Okay.
Sean, the new guy from the sequel, is a hitman who had his dad kidnapped, aka the Taken treatment.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over...
There are some twists and turns, but if you want a more in-depth recap of the story, there are way better and funnier YouTubers that have already done that.
When the story is secondary and doesn't actually matter.
Intravenous 2 is a stealth action game. Now, why would there be stealth in a video game where all you want to do is use guns? Well, because unlike AAA games where stealth is designed poorly so that people with their mental facilities not at full capacity can still enjoy video games, Intravenous, for the most part, will punish you if you make a simple mistake. You might be concerned, is this yet another masochistic game? Yes, but only if you want to. The intended difficulty is literally just called true because anything lesser is just robbing you of what makes Intravenous so great. Enemies that are smart, and I want to showcase a few instances of how they make stealth engaging. You can punch to knock people out, try to get behind them to choke or snap their neck, then maybe store their body in a dumpster, but mostly you will put them in bathrooms. Why? Because they are windowless, which leads me to today's sponsor, Bathrooms, man-made rectangle boxes to store all of your dead bodies. This might surprise you, but suppressed guns aren't actually silent, hence why you can hear suppressed guns from hundreds of feet away. You can minimize this by either shooting inside a closed building or using subsonic ammo. A suppressed sniper will always be heard no matter what you do. But if you instead kill versus knocking someone out like the Infinite Use but need to pick up knife, they will leave a blood trail. Hello FBI. Enemies will spot the blood and follow it, so handle that problem however you see fit. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys trained there. If killing people is too much, distract them with bottles or your own empty mags. Put down a taser mine, the guards love picking those up, they're shiny. You can use a long-range taser, a tranquilizing dart, a suppressed beanbag shotgun whose damage drop-off is kinda crazy. You then have limited saves to prevent save scumming, something I will do without question if you allow me. It's why I'll never play Iron Man XCOM. I'm a crack addict for saves. Thankfully, in each level, as you explore, you gain more saves, so you aren't limited to just the starting 3, so eat away, save scummers. All this is to say that as a person that has enjoyed just a couple of stealth-only games, Intravenous 2 nearly matches the quality of their stealth complexity, with my only gripes being that you can't shoot while prone, even though I can do that, so a military-trained hitman should be able to as well. The top-down nature does limit map verticality, variety, and thus complexity, but it does still have vents and chest-high walls. But it does something to make up for its top-down limits that even the 3D Mastercraft, Splinter Cell, and Metal Gear Solid have yet to do. Make the action side of a stealth action game not feel like it's fighting brain-dead potatoes. Making engage in AI for a stealth game is hard enough. Is an open door enough to alert the whole map, or is it a man set on fire by a flare gun?
It burns! It burns!
But when the bullets hit the wall, you need more than just enemies that know how to react to a dead body, because a lot of the times, in most games, fight usually devolve into whack-a-mole or holding an angle and watch as an entire platoon kisses your gun. Intravenous does have this happen on a rare occasion, but most of the time they will react and move in a manner that feels like they know exactly the correct path to always kill you. When you fail stealth, because you always will, I try every mission to see how far I can sneak. Usually it doesn't last very long. The game will even grade you on a graph at the end of the level with a scorecard plotting your playstyle of stealth to action ratio alongside how much evidence and blood you leave behind. AKA your mission might start out like this, but usually end up like this. Did you know there are 5 different speeds of movement, but even if you go fast enough to enter bullet time, you still will not be able to escape death? If you feel like you are dying too much, you have 3 different armor sets to choose from, each increasing survivability, but making you slower and noisier. Every clip I've shown you thus far has been max armor, by the way, but if you somehow survive a few shots, you might regenerate some of your health, unless you pick up the even harder masochistic plus difficulty, where you don't regenerate and must use medkits. What makes the action side so great, though, is the combat kinda resembles Hotline Miami if it didn't play like it at all, but only shared perspective and difficulty. There is also the joy of finding a new gun to bring back and modify so you can shoot more bullets in a tighter spread, because the sheer volume of lead you will need to be spraying downrange will require every bullet, and it still won't even be enough, and the only way to sustain this firepower is to become a vacuum cleaner over the corpses of your enemies. I want to ask you, what other games do you think nail both tense stealth and adrenaline pumping action like Intravenous has? Now, the benefit if you have never played the first Intravenous game is you don't ever have to buy it, as just like the recent trend everyone else is doing, the developer decided to remaster the first game, but it's inside the second game, Inception style. I say this because if you are someone that wants to follow the story, and there is a reason to, because there are 4 different endings depending on how you play and respond to the choices. I'll just give you a little hint. I didn't think accidentally killing civilians and cops was going to have repercussions. I do hope, if there ever is a third game, I would love to see enemies have tools to get you out of cover, like throwing grenades or flashbang, as more ways to make you panic is always welcome. Now, usually you're going to pick a side in a stealth action game. Which one would you fall under? I love that failing stealth doesn't always ruin the game and turn it into a slog, but instead it becomes a rave. When your punishment for failing stealth is EDM style music, you might begin to understand why this wasn't a one-hit wonder kind of game. You can sit here all day? Well, so can I, buddy. Except guess what? Okay, never mind. Never mind, I forgot. You are better than me.